Now for Rolls-Royce. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to be able to present our Rolls-Royce vision into a future world of super luxury mobility. Rolls-Royce is actually a little older than 100 years, and over the decades, Rolls-Royce has produced many experimental cars. All of these cars have been seeking to further technical excellence, striving to live up to the cachet bestowed upon us by many of you in this room here today to be the best car in the world. And we take that very seriously. And today we take that experimental tradition one step further. Our concept imagines the world of the super luxury customer. It imagines their priorities in life and how their very own car could look and function 20 years from now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first time in the history of Rolls-Royce that we've ever produced a visionary vehicle such like you're about to see. Before you see the car, let me explain three key design themes, very important, right at the outset of the design team's first stroke of the pencil and paper over a year ago now. Grand Sanctuary. Rolls-Royce is synonymous with this beautiful, calming experience on the interior of the vehicle. It's almost a vehicle that defines itself from the inside out. And we sought to enhance that extra special luxury experience even further. Effortless journey, and here's the point. We will use new technologies that can make your journey even more relaxing and even more unique. And finally, as you're about to witness, something quite extraordinary. Grand arrival. When a Rolls-Royce pulls up to the Ritz, when it pulls up to some of the most majestic opera houses in the world, there's an anticipation who will step out. What is this magic moment of arrival? Today you'll see how we can even maximize that further. And actually the whole concept revolves around this sense of grand arrival. We've put the grand into arrival. And finally, there's one overarching story behind the car that you're about to see, and it's actually summed up with one word, and we think we actually are this word. We are bespoke. And this car is all about bespoke. It actually envisions a future of bespoke. It allows an insight into how that car could look. It's a unique car created for a unique person, a unique super luxury patron, and it actually revolves around their tastes. We develop a car to their very own tastes, much like defining your own yacht, your own suit, or your own shoes. Super wealthy patrons of the future will expect that from the super luxury automotive brands of the future. Now I'd like to go back quickly to Grand Sanctuary. The interior of the car is considered a luxurious private retreat. It really is that oasis of calm, rich silks, handcrafted woods, those beautiful tactile touches that we love at Rolls-Royce, we know our customers love. We keep them. They are DNA. We are defined by materials and how we craft them. But on this vehicle, we will actually introduce, for this very own bespoke vehicle of the future, an autonomous drive platform. So the chauffeur, for the first time, the chauffeur who is actually synonymous with the brand Rolls-Royce, he has actually, or she has maybe retired. And actually the car now takes over that responsibility. Now the benefit that we've taken advantage of is actually delivering the perfect view. The front seats, the rear view of the chauffeur's head has now disappeared. And we can liberate that space to make this sanctuary, this peaceful haven, even more exciting and relaxing for the future journey. It'll be effortless. So, now onto the journey. Even more so than today, this effortless experience that you have in the rear seat of a Rolls-Royce will become actually taken over by an artificial intelligence. This car, and I'll come to a very nice story in a few moments, will predict your every wish. She knows where you're going. She knows what your preferences are. She's already booked your sushi restaurant. She knows your menu. And it's incredibly predictive, and we will talk about that in a few moments. And then finally, to grand arrival, this is all about delivering one as though a queen or a king onto your own stage. I mentioned the Ritz or the hotels or the operas. This car stages you. It enables you to look as elegant as the car. We want you to be effortlessly delivered to your super wealthy or your super luxury environment. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the Rolls-Royce Vision Next100. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's actually a very emotional moment because these briefs don't arrive on any design director's table that often, and certainly not for Rolls-Royce. So let's say we've had some fun. She commands your attention. She certainly fills the room nicely. It is a bespoke vision. I just want to continue my story to let you know about this vision of coach builder, let's say. It's been created to the individual tastes of a future wealthy patron. Every detail will be cared for, carefully crafted by Rolls-Royce. As you've probably just seen, this is a two-seater. It's configured to the wishes of a person who says, yes, I'll have the length of a current Phantom long wheelbase, around about the same height as today's long wheelbase Phantom. It's about 6 meters long and about 1.5 meters high. And our platform vision is modular. You can choose your configuration. You can have your four-seater, your open top. We believe that in harnessing new manufacturing technologies such as additive manufacturing or 3D printing as it's called, we can form skins to the wishes of our future wealthy patrons. So in essence, we are revisiting our coach build service of over 100 years ago, where we will deliver the perfect lightweight electric platform. Motors at the front in this case, motor at the rear, and we can modularize that to the wishes and tastes of our customers. And I'd like just to move forward a little bit now and talk about the exterior dynamic of the car. You'll notice this very, very beautiful long bonnet. This is an essential part of the DNA of Rolls-Royce. We're not going to give that up too easily. We like the long bonnet, even though we have to fill it with something which I'll tell you about in a few moments. But this lovely, swept, elegant profile may remind you of Wraith. Yes, the two people in this vehicle are probably living a fairly fast lifestyle. It actually talks a lot about their character. It's a very elegant car about town, let's say. And then down to the lower part of the car, yes, you see a little bit more emotion creeping in. Today's cars are quite formal. We're starting to have a little bit more fun, let's say, with the lines, revisiting some of our beautiful, iconic designs of the 30s and also the 50s. They've really inspired us. But just to justify the long bonnet, I'd like to now show you the 4 Grand Tourer luggage cases that sit in the front of the vehicle. Our wealthy patrons will never touch these. The hotel porters will touch these, and we deliver them to the waiting hotel porter's hand at just the right height, never to scuff any leather. They're taken straight to the room. We know that our patrons very rarely touch any suitcases, and we've done lots of research on that fact, and that justifies the long bonnet that presents our beautiful crystal glass, handcrafted, uplit Spirit of Ecstasy. Now on to the grand arrival moment. Yes, as you just saw, you're finally able to stand up. I mentioned this moment of staging your arrival into the night or onto your next destination. We wanted to make that as elegant as possible. So this side-hinged canopy that opens up with the iconic coach doors was this grand gesture. And we very much liked this point of reference, which we call the Botticelli moment. We believe that the birth of Venus, the Botticelli masterpiece, actually exemplifies this beautiful sense of arrival, and we're inspired by that. Now a few words on the interior itself. I mentioned a few minutes ago that we've removed the chauffeur and the autonomous drive, but actually we wanted to focus then on this peaceful haven, beautifully handcrafted materials, woods, and a very simple design architecture. When you see the interior of this vehicle, you'll realize that it's not overly fussy. It actually centers on one primary iconic piece of an interior for the Rolls-Royce. We believe that's the rear bench seat. So in essence, that's stayed in the same place. The front seats have gone, and we've delivered what we call a sofa, where you can sit back and relax. And in front of you, allowing you to enjoy the tactile delight and the beautiful surfaces of macassar wood and hand-woven, handcrafted silks, is a transparent, fully cabin-width OLED screen. And we believe this is the way that we can harness digital. We can fuse the digital future with our love of tactile crafted materials. And finally, ever present, and this is my little story, which I think is also a very nice part of the car, artificial intelligence. She is your ethereal concierge.
Hello, I'm Eleanor, the Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy. I'm able to be here with you for the first time in over 100 years.
So Eleanor exists with the car. She is actually Eleanor Thornton. She was a lady who posed for a famous sculptor not far from here 100 years ago. And we've chosen our beautiful figurine as the artificial intelligence, the ethereal assistant, the perfect concierge. She is your muse. She knows everything about you. She knows what you desire in life, whether leisure or business. And all you need to communicate to your perfect concierge is the most effortless of traditions, your own voice. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, our past has indeed inspired our future. Innovation is at the core of our message, which brings me back to the quote from our founding forefather, Sir Henry Royce. Yes, take the best that exists, make it better, but if it does not exist, then design it. And that's what we've done. Thank you very much for your attention this morning.
What moves us forward? Not time, not fame, or the promise of glory. People. I've lit the way for visionaries, been muse to 1,000 artists. The powerful found peace. The people I've moved have changed the world and walked the road no one else dare tread. For more than a century, I've watched and witnessed people emerge into the light of a new day. We began to move together, turning what ifs into what's next. We imagined the future and made history. Those who pursue perfection forge their own path, and this journey has just begun. Welcome to the next 100. Are you ready?